Alright, one more time, the new album by Blink-182. In this video, we're going to be discussing whether it's dog shit or if it's a viable comeback album. And even more importantly, if it's better than their last project, 9. So, getting straight into it, my name's Austin. I run this channel, Fun While It Lasted. I am a musician as well. If you'd like to check out my original music, it is in the channel page. Just hit subscribe, like this video, go check out some of my original music. If you like Blink, you'll probably like some of my stuff. Alright, so just hopping straight into it. First, we got Anthem Part 3 right here. Now, this is obviously a follow-up to Anthem Part 1 and Anthem Part 2. Didn't need to explain that. But it's actually a very, very good follow-up. It's probably the best song on this album. It starts out with a great riff and just overall great playing in general, great songwriting. You can hear Tom trying to do his Tom voice in this song. His old Tom voice, that is. The only problem with this song, and the problem with a lot of the record, is the drums are so loud and the mix isn't very good. You know, if you just turn it down, you'll hear how loud the drums are, because the drums overpower absolutely everything. But, you know, Anthem Part 3, it's not only is it a great song, but it's a great follow-up to those amazing, iconic Blink songs. Second, we have Dance With Me. Now, this is a good song, okay? And you can hear Tom doing the Tom voice, the old Tom voice, in the verses of Dance With Me as well. But I'm not completely sold on that chorus. The Olays are just a little bit weird for me, to be honest. But overall, it's still a good song. I think it's a quintessential Blink single. I think you hear vibes of all old Blink stuff besides Self-Titled in this one, and Neighborhoods. But yeah, it's really good. 3 is Fell in Love. Now, I've heard Travis wrote this song about Kourtney Kardashian. If you looked at the comments on this when it first came out, people hated Fell in Love. Honestly, I can't blame them for it. It's not the greatest song. You know, it's more of a pop song, standard pop track. It's just basic. I don't know. I mean, it definitely fits the album, and in an album context, it does sound good. But, you know, it's just an It's one of the worst songs on the album, but it still fits, and it's still good. Next is Terrified. This is actually an unreleased Boxcar Racer song, and you can really hear it once the chord change hits in the chorus. This is an absolutely great song. This is another one of the best songs on the album. Tom absolutely kills it in the chorus, you know. The only problem, like with this and what I have with a lot, it just sounds so, like, processed. It sounds so overproduced. You know, with the old Boxcar Racer, it was really raw, and, you know, the drums were always high-pitched, and everything just felt real. It just kind of feels like computer programming to me, almost, but it's still a great song. It's just the production, the mixing, meh. I think there could have been better sounds chosen. Next is the title track, One More Time. You know, if you're a Blink fan, you can't really hate this song. You know, it's just a basic song. The guitar is actually really, really simple. It's just this. The whole song, that's the whole thing, you know? Which, you know, for what it's worth, it serves its purpose, you know? This is a good song. This is a good Blink song, and the message is even stronger, you know? We're all happy they're back together, you know? Everybody loves Tom. You know, they went their separate ways for a while, but it's really a great song. Next is More Than You Know. Now, this is another one of the best songs on the album. This is probably the best single that was released. I think they really hit their stride with this one. I hear a lot of shades of, like, Neighborhoods and Untitled in this one. That piano intro is cool. The riff. This one's mixed pretty well to me, too. I've heard some people say that the vocals sound a little bit quiet in the verses, but I don't really... I think it sounds great all around. You know, this is one of the best songs on the album, and it's just a good song in general. Tom's screamy part is really cool. I think he really sounds... That's the part that's, like, Untitled for me. That sounds really cool. Next is Turn This Off. Just a little short joke song, but I actually love this song. I think I think Blink could have wrote this song in 2001. I think Tom kind of sounds like his old self here still. Mark sounds like his old self. There's so much energy. It's so catchy. I think for it's just short and sweet and it's perfect. I love this song actually. It's really good. Number 8 is When We Were Young. I'm not really feeling this song very much. It's not bad, but it's not really good. To me, it's probably the worst song on the album actually. It's just a bit boring. Just run of the mill. It's right in the middle, so it is what it is. I don't really have too much to say about it. It doesn't really do anything interesting for me. Number 9 is Edging. They kept us edging with this song for a year, over a year actually, until they released the next single. It was a really long and treacherous wait, but for a comeback song, I mean, it's just a basic 4-chord song. It's easy, it's fun, it's catchy. I don't see why you would dislike this song. I mean, the drums don't sound great, but I think this sounds like a classic Blink song. I think it's actually pretty good, and people overhate on it, in my personal opinion. Number 10, You Don't Know What You've Got. What's interesting about this song is that they said Travis wrote the hook. Now, in the verses, I think it's like, it sounds so much like Plus 44, which is a good thing. I think Mark really showcased that here. And it's probably the heaviest song on this album, which is saying a lot because it's about his cancer, his struggle with cancer, which is extremely sad. And that's really hard, and it's good to hear him sing about it, and it's touching. But the hook, I don't really like it that much. I don't really like the chorus very much. I find it a little bit annoying to listen to over and over, but the verses and the bridge, it sounds just like Plus 44, and it sounds awesome. It sounds fucking great. Next is Blink Wave. I hated this song at first, but it's actually really cool. It's basically the Always of this album. It's got energy, it's got 80s vibes, it's catchy, it's really catchy. And you hear a little bit of the Adam song drum part in the verses, which is actually pretty cool. This Blink Wave is a good song. Blink Wave's a good song. Next is Bad News. A lot of people say this sounds like classic Blink. This song was a grower on me as well. It's really good. Mark kills it here. It does sound like an old Blink song, besides the production, obviously. If the production was like old Blink, or just, a little bit more raw, this is a great old classic Blink song. Next is the Hurt Interlude, which is basically an Angels and Airwaves song. There's not too much to say about it, to be honest. For what it's worth, it's cool. Next is probably the best song on this album, for sure. Turpentine, because Tom goes back and forth on it. This song is progressive. It pushes the boundaries of what they've done before. It's experimental. It's cool. You can't say the guitars are interesting, the synths are interesting, the bass is interesting, the vocals are. The drums are. Everything about this song is just great. The bridge switches up. This is where I think Blink should have went this direction more, this record, because this song, they killed it here. They absolutely killed it. Next is Fuckface. Apparently this was for Travis's hardcore project, with an NFT drop, if that tells you anything. It's just Tom and Travis going back and forth on the vocals, which is actually really cool. A lot of people think this is unlistenable, but, I like it for what it's worth. It's all right. Next is my personal favorite on this record, Other Side. This is about Mark's bass tech. He's a big Coffee fan apparently, but I think this song sounds like it could have been on an old Blink record as well. I love the vibe of this song. I think this is a perfect song, to be honest. 17, next song, last song, Childhood. When I first heard this song, I hated it as well because in full, it's a good song, but this is the most overproduced song on the album. It doesn't sound like humans are singing in it. It's weird, but it's still good, you know? It's still good. And that end, that little 8-bit ending, is actually really cool, you know? So overall, one more time, is a great record, you know? It's not their best work at all in any circumstances, but you know, as a Blink fan, a huge Blink fan, you know, I think it was worth the wait. And I I think it was worth the wait. Now, the real question is, was it as good as 9? And most people, since Tommerback, are going to say that no, this is better than 9. 9 is not as good as One More Time. I think if you go best song for best song, you know, I've said that fucking 3 different songs are the best song on this record. And the best 3 songs are Anthem Part 3, Turpentine, and, well, I think those are the top 2 for sure. Other Side is just my personal favorite. But, I think if you put that with the best song from 9, which is undoubtedly No Heart to Speak Of, I think No Heart to Speak Of does beat out every song on this record. But, overall, I'd say this record is, like, better. At the end of the day, it comes down to people's personal tastes. 9 is a fucking killer record, no matter what anybody says. 9 should be remembered by Blink fans. California wasn't very good, let's be honest. But 9, they were firing on all cylinders. That era was fun. And, you know, I don't think there's really a bad song on that record besides Hung Over You. And I think that says a lot. I think it's great that, you know, Matt kept this band alive, and we should all be thankful for that. But overall, you know, One More Time is a good comeback record. I don't think it's them at their best whatsoever, and I think their next record might be one of the best they've ever done, because they're gonna be firing on all cylinders. Tom's gonna be completely comfortable. You know, I think we have a really good shot at getting the best Blink record ever recorded next. But you know, that's just me. This is just my opinion. I really enjoyed this record. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Once again, please subscribe, like the video, go check out my original music. I've never really done a video like this, so it might be a little bit weird, but yeah, it's just me kind of speaking off the dome. I don't really know how to script things, so it might come off as a little bit redundant. But yeah, thank you guys.